With almost 1.5 million subscribers, YouTube personality Laci Green has been dubbed the Millennial Dr. Ruth with her no-holds-barred approach to sex and sexuality. Now, she's taken her knowledge and she's put it in this new book, Sex Plus, Learning, Loving, and Enjoying Your Body. Laci actually joins me now to discuss. Laci, thanks for being here.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
So let's start about with the origin of how you got into sex education in the first place. What made you sort of pursue that?
Well, when I was a teenager, I didn't have very many places that I could comfortably talk about sexuality, relationships, body stuff, and there was a lot of that happening when I was younger. So at the time, YouTube was becoming a thing, and I formed a community with other young adults to talk about this kind of stuff, and eventually went on to make an educational series about it.
Well, and it's been very popular, and obviously in this book and in your YouTube series, there are a lot of mature topics. Who should really read this book?
Well, I think that anybody who is aware of what sex is probably a candidate, maybe 13 and up. I was certainly thinking about this stuff at that point.
And what's the state, in your view, of how people think about sex and sexuality? What's their perspective on it in this day and age?
Yeah, well, I think it's sort of weird because we live in a culture that's kind of hypersexualized. I mean, we see sex everywhere. It's in the movies, it's on TV, people talk about it. But at the same time, we're very uncomfortable about it. And we don't really have a lot of places where we can talk openly and where people feel okay to really dive in and get into the nitty-gritty of some of this stuff. So there's this weird tension, and I hope that that weird tension changes with people feeling more open and able to talk about sex. Everyone's thinking about it. Most people do it at some point. So we should be able to just go there. It's okay. It's normal.
Well, and the truth is that there's more to sex than just sex. What else does your book cover?
Relationships, obviously, body image, anatomy, communication, how to have open, healthy conversations, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's really all over the board.
Yeah, it also tackles, interestingly enough, relationships, abuse, etc. How important is it to have these conversations and tackle it in this open way?
Well, really important. And I think the national conversation that we're having right now about sexual violence is a testament to that. A lot of people, for a long time, this has been a very hush-hush topic. We didn't talk about coercion. We didn't talk about how that works and what that looks like. And I think it's high time we did. So there is a lot of material in the book that's dedicated to really getting into that and understanding it and helping each other out so we can have healthier relationships. Right.
Well, I know you have been a big advocate for abuse victims, so it makes sense that that's a section in the book. Now, as far as the future of sexuality, I know you stated that right now we're sort of shy about it, even though we live in a hypersexualized society. What's the future look like in your view? What would be ideal for Laci Green, the sex educator?
An ideal future would be one where information is easy to come across, resources to stay safe and healthy are easy to obtain, and sex isn't so taboo. I don't think we should make a huge deal out of sex, like it's, this really big crazy thing. It should just be seen as a normal part of life with ups and downs and treated as such.
Right, humanize it basically, because for so long, I think it's been treated like this weird thing that we just can't talk about. So I think it's great that you wrote this book, that you have that series. You really are opening people's minds to the possibilities and to just be comfortable being human. So Laci Green, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.